This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Each year, watch enthusiasts debate which watches will then be discontinued and which models will be updated. Take the example of the luxury watch brand Rolex. It seems to have become a hotspot for speculation. People are always guessing which of their collection or watch models are going to be discontinued or there will be an update on their watches. Because of the nature of the watch business, watchmakers cannot sell all of the watches they make indefinitely. While it may be disappointing to see your favorite models phased out for manufacturing and bumped down to the gray market where unfortunately there's a limited number of watches being delivered at the moment, which means prices are going up. This also means that it does not make room for new watches and replacements. As a matter of fact, prices for some references and models that are speculated to be discontinued have risen significantly. The others who speculate are certainly not always accurate. There are rumors that some watches will be discontinued, but some of them will just get an upgrade. In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will be forecasting which timepieces will be discontinued or will be updated in 2023 by looking ahead to the coming year. If you still have not subscribed to our channel yet, make sure to do it now so you can stay updated on our future videos. Rolex Daytona reference 116500LN. Just last year, the Rolex Daytona John Mayer reference 116508 was discontinued. But we will go even further and predict that Rolex will upgrade the entire Daytona line, as the year 2023 marks the 60th anniversary of Rolex's iconic timepiece model. It would be entirely reasonable for the luxury brand to update the watch collection, right? But let us turn our focus on the Rolex Daytona reference 116500LN, and this is still a new addition to the collection. This model with the ceramic bezel was first launched in 2016, and with that, it means it has been part of the collection for almost 7 years. Considering the evolution of movements and Rolex's emphasis on subtle design updates, this could be an ideal timing. Some speculate that we will see a substantially bigger 41mm case. So if this is the case, it will be close to the existing Rolex Submariner. Sure that the 40 versus 41mm debate is purely technical in nature, as there is slight difference between the two concerning comfort and physical size. It will be intriguing to determine whether Rolex upgrades the Daytona in any way and if they will incorporate all of the different versions. The Swiss brand is known for always doing the unconventional, so it will be interesting to see if the Rolex Daytona will indeed be upgraded to commemorate its 60th anniversary next year. Rolex Oyster Perpetual 36 Turquoise. Next on the list is another model from Rolex, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 36 Turquoise, which is a very popular watch. This watch could be a hotly contested choice, as this timepiece is incorrectly referred to as the Tiffany version of the Oyster Perpetual. This same watch has instantly been one of the series' most highly prized models. The 41mm turquoise dial watch, as well as the coral red and yellow dial versions, were all cancelled this year in 2022. However, the exceptional thing that Rolex did is when they decided to keep the 31mm reference 277200 and 36mm reference 126000 designs with their breathtaking turquoise dials. Will Rolex stand firm in its course of action? The answer will depend on what will happen next year. Rolex most likely decided to keep the smaller sizes because the color is more popular with women. Having said that, we have all witnessed the consequence of the Patek Philippe Nautilus Tiffany, which, with some of its 40mm size and embedded bracelet, is not essentially a watch made for women. Like Patek Philippe's Tiffany, do you think that Rolex truly immediately seizes the Oyster Perpetual's most popular color? We have already seen how this luxury watch brand did insane things before, but it would not be exactly a surprise if the turquoise timepieces vanished entirely. While many people like the model and would like to see brighter colors regularly, it would not even be surprising if Rolex will make an unpopular decision. Rolex Milgauss reference 116400GV. Because the offbeat Rolex Milgauss is ready for an upgrade, this design was on the list of timepieces that have been likely to be completely overhauled last year. Given that the Rolex Air King and Milgauss end up sharing the very same case, and that the Air King was upgraded this year, a new Milgauss is next in line for some changes. Since the introduction of the milgauss reference 6543 in 1954, the milgauss line has already been a component of the Rolex collection, and this was one of the go-to watches of the consumers. The Rolex milgauss reference 116400GV and other references from the milgauss collection were marketed as a timepiece for scientists and engineers who required a professional wristwatch that can really hold up magnetic fields. The latest generation of this eccentric timepiece was presented in 2007, and it perfectly encapsulates the model's unconventional functionality while incorporating iconic Rolex design elements. The inner case of the 40mm stainless steel watch is made of two ferromagnetic materials and covers and provides protection against the movement from magnetic fields. Users could choose between a black dial as well as a Z-blue dial. What makes it special is that both of the variants consist of a green sapphire crystal and an orange lightning bolt on the second hand. The Rolex milgauss reference 116400GV watch is famous and edgy for all the correct purposes, but it has been part of the Rolex collection since 2007. Turns out that it will not be a surprise if an updated version of this timepiece will be released in 2023. Indeed, the Rolex milgauss requires an upgrade. Omega Seamaster Professional Diver 300M 007 edition. Next on the list is another luxury watch brand, which is the Omega. This is none other than the Omega Seamaster Professional Diver 300M 007 edition. This watch was released in 2019 to commemorate the release of No Time to Die, which is Daniel Craig's final James Bond film. The film's release date had to be pushed back immediately due to the pandemic. We eventually got to see this in theaters in late 2021, 2 years after it was supposed to be released. After more than a year, it's indeed time to get a new James Bond to take Craig's place, albeit with a new Bond that introduces a great Bond watch. It seems quite sensible that Omega will bid farewell to the superb timepiece that continued to serve as more than just a great final timepiece in the Daniel Craig era. This timepiece has a deep brown tropical dial and a cream-colored bezel with numerals. It's a stunning watch when paired with a vaulted sapphire crystal and the dazzling titanium Milanese bracelet. The Seamaster Professional Diver 300M in 42mm titanium perfectly combines the world of Bond with the latest iteration of Omega's prominent diver. The Bond theme is seamlessly integrated with a broad pointer with the British Ministry of Defense, which can be found just beyond the 6 o'clock marker. The caseback of the watch features all of the Bond references, which is a great deal for all James Bond movie fans. This version, along with the skilled limited edition Seamaster 300 Spectre, will have to go down as yet another superb Bond Seamaster watch. Would therefore 2023 see the introduction of a new Bond and the latest watch? This is what we have to look forward next year. Patek Philippe Nautilus Moonphase Reference 5712. The final watch on this list is from Patek Philippe, which is the Nautilus Moonphase Reference 5712. Patek Philippe had recently decided to bestow upon us the newly designed Patek Philippe Nautilus Reference 5811. Sadly, last year we bid goodbye to the extremely popular stainless steel Nautilus Reference 5711 as it retires from production. The last two stainless steel Reference 5711 models were the lovely green dial version and the extremely limited and sought-after Tiffany Blue edition. We all assumed Gerald Gent's iconic basic special edition of the Nautilus would really be discontinued, but it turns out to be it did not happen. The time and the date version has decided to return, but it's now only accessible in white gold, with a slightly larger 41mm case and a new dark blue sunburst dial. The feature of a blue sunburst dial is prominent in these new models that were released. Together with the Nautilus Reference 5811, the stainless steel Patek Philippe Nautilus Travel Time Chronograph Reference 5990 with a blue sunburst dial was also reintroduced. This year, the iterations with black and gray dials were temporarily removed, but the design has now made a triumphant return to the public light. What will be the next move for the Patek? The only guess that we have for now is that the stainless steel Patek Philippe Nautilus Moonface reference 5712 will be updated, along with a new dial. How about the references? Will there be a change as well? Given that they kept the 5990 references for the travel time chronograph, it's possible. But it seems perfectly reasonable that the current reference 5712 will be cancelled, but updated soon. That's it for now. We will have to wait for the next year and see what will happen with the 5 watches that we have on the list. It's more about having fun speculating and predicting than getting things right for now. What are your thoughts about the list? What do you think are the other watches that will be discontinued in 2023? We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comment section below. If you like this video, we will be glad if you let us know that too in the comment section. Don't forget to follow us and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is The Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our next videos.